What's up, everyone? Zero here. So Grinding Gear Games has made a couple of really good posts. I just recorded this video and my audio had cut out and I didn't know. So I am recording this again, so I apologize if I rush through this. If we look here, they released another teaser for 3.26. Reads threads, impressions, realities woven from memory and yet not quite right. Each one feels designed but distorted. Is this how the originator hides their work, or is it coming undone? Whatever the reason, I won't stop now, not when I'm this close. All great, whatever that means, because we don't really know. But over here, if you look, it says expansion name reveal this week. And then right here, some people pop this into a translator and it means ship. So whatever that means. Boat League. I thought last league was supposed to be Boat League. At least that's what everybody was saying. So I don't know. There's a lot of speculation going on. If you look in the comments, there's actually a lot of bickering that goes on between people that play PoE 2 and people that play PoE 1. I don't really understand why. It's a video game, but I mean, you can have an opinion. Obviously, I have an opinion. I don't really like PoE 2. But you see a lot of that, but there's also a lot of wild speculation in the comments. So I'm just going to wait and see what happens. We're 2 days away from the end of the week. So hopefully we get something soon. I really don't feel like they're in a position to be dropping teasers like this, little breadcrumbs. It's been almost a year. So they just need to release the goddamn information on what's coming, because there's going to be a fucking revolt if they don't if they don't come out with something. So, or if they delay it again, people are going to be very, very upset. But also in PoE 2 news, they have a patch coming up next week. They're basically buffing the amount of rewards we're going to be getting in maps. They're also adding a bunch of unique items, like some chase items that they said really didn't hit the mark. So they're buffing some of the uniques, adding more uniques. They're also adding 22 new runes, 14 new soul cores, and 7 new talismans. Essentially, they said that the runes are kind of stupid for endgame, so they're going to be changing that, adding some really powerful ones. They said they're going to range from powerful to insane, but rare to find. So we'll see what happens. They're also buffing the rarer omens and ritual. They're going to make them more common. They'll have significantly higher probability of being rarer and more exciting. They're also buffing the chance to get a corrupted essence when using Vol orbs on imprisoned enemies. The rogue exiles are also getting a buff for the amount of uniques that they drop. They're also buffing the twisted domain and adding a lot more rare monsters in there. So when you get to the end and you get that big loot explosion, it's actually going to be rewarding. They're also making a lot of changes to expedition logbooks. This is really long, but they are basically just buffing the explosion radius and stuff like that. This is going to allow you to uncover more monsters and rewards. So basically everything is getting a buff for the end game mechanics. They're also changing the way that the maps generate. They said that if you generate 400,000 maps, 150,000 of them would be the Hidden Grotto. That's a pretty crazy percentage. Pretty sure people are sick of that map. They're also changing the way that you get afflictions and boons in the Trial of Sekimas. I had noticed this as well. The very first choice I got was like a major affliction, so I guess that they're going to change that. There was a 1 affliction, 2 minor boons, 1 major boon, 1 pack that had 100 times the commonality that it should have. So we'll see what happens. The Trial of the Sekimas is so stupid. I don't understand why they would take a mechanic that was in PoE 1 that people either hated or loved. And it was like really disproportionate. I don't understand why they would take that and make that the way to ascend in PoE 2. Maybe it's because they didn't have anything else prepared, but who knows. Anyway, they're making a bunch of other quality of life changes, like to the UI and stuff, performance improvements. They're changing some stuff with the search on the Atlas tree. Basically, they're making a lot of good changes is what it sounds like, but for me, they're still not changing the things that are fundamentally wrong with the game, like build diversity, having the sockets locked to the gem. You use a perfect jeweler's orb on a gem. What are you going to do? You're going to not experiment now because you use your only perfect jeweler orb? I have not found one, and I've played for over 600 hours. So take that for what it is. They're also not changing the movement speed on the characters, which is the main reason why I do not feel like going through the campaign again. In fact, I'm going through the campaign again in PoE 1 for the 30th time this league. So if that shows you, so that should show you how much I don't care for the PoE 2 campaign. I'd much rather run this 500 more times than run that one more time. That's it. Hope you guys got something out of this video. Stay tuned. I have a lot more content to come. Once they do the 3.26 reveal, I'll be covering that. If you guys found this video helpful at all, please consider subscribing, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.